we were born by ourselves, we die by ourselves, not trying to be all mean and stuff. Hey, it's Lily back again. I'm awake super early in the morning and I don't know, but I just had this idea came up to me, and this video is called You're Alone But Not Lonely. And a lot of people have always asked me this, like, how can you be content by yourself so much? And I want to be honest, this has not always been the case growing up. Actually did have a lot of wounds growing up. I actually grew up in a very communal home. So I was kind of also very used to being around a lot of people. I'm not gonna lie. In my family, there's about 7 people in my home, in my household. And so I was never really used to being alone until I actually hit a deep dive when I went to college. I left my home when I was 17 or 18 years old to go to college, and I actually stayed there in my dorms, and I'm just not gonna lie, it was extremely difficult transitioning from living from your family for a very long time and then moving out on your own. And for the first few years when I was in college, until I returned home on the summer with my family, it was difficult for me to transition and to find comfort. And to be honest, here are some tips how I end up feeling super comfortable later on, to the point that I absolutely need to be by myself and I could not get enough. Which also could be a problem if you are if you really enjoy your time alone or you enjoy being by yourself. It could be very addicting, and I've been in a scope where I love my energy so much by myself, to the point where I also love it so much that I end up isolating. Alrighty, so number one thing I actually do to embrace my solitude, I'm not gonna lie, like, I freaking love being alone. That is addicting. I already mentioned that. But one reason why I really love being alone is that I have a lot of hobbies and activities. I'm not gonna lie, I've always been the kind of person to be super interested in a lot of things, and I can get really lost in the things that I'm really passionate about and really enjoy. Don't mind my messy room, stop looking back there, but I just woke up, and I really wake up really early in the morning, from like 6, 7 in the morning, 5 sometimes in the morning, so I can have time to do things that I really enjoy, which is generally reading. I actually just finished this one book. Let me go grab it, just one sec. I just finished reading this book called Abundance Now by Lisa Nicholas, and honestly, this book is stellar. Honestly, look at her. She has a power pose going on with her little feet and all that. She's the best. If you guys haven't read this book, I highly recommend. She probably it's actually called Abundance Now, and Amplifying Your Life and Achieve Prosperity Today. Honestly, this book is life-changing. I found her actually on a YouTube video when I was scrolling through my feed on YouTube, you know, doing what I gotta do. And I love reading people autobiography and what their life is about. I think it's just so inspiring, especially if you want to do better for your life. Like, I feel so much joy being able to learn about people's lives and how they navigate their life and live a successful life. Okay, so that kind of also leads to my number 2, and is to embrace solitude for self-improvement, self-enjoyment, just overall like personal growth and rejuvenation. Oh, I don't know, I drank coffee and it went down the wrong hole. But anyways, what I wanted to say is that embrace solitude in a way for you to grow. And honestly, there's just, I don't know how much lifetime you're gonna live. I don't know how long you're gonna live, but being by yourself, reality, we were born by ourselves, we die by ourselves, not trying to be all mean and stuff, but it's just so much opportunity for you to grow. When you have time for yourself, you need to think about areas in your life where you can plan to get better. Maybe your mental health, your physical health, your your emotional health, whatever, your spiritual health, right? There's just so many different areas and dimensions in your life that you can look at yourself and say, I want to get better. And when I decided I wanted to work on myself, when there was a gap for me to be in solitude, I had a fun story that I actually finished my last job role a few months ago, and I was so excited to have a break, like literally a break. So when I took my break seriously, like I decided to read and write, go back to my hobbies, the things that I really love, think about the things that I really want to improve on myself, kind of like my values or my work ethic or my, I don't know, things I really wanted to achieve in my life. I really got down to a point like I want to focus on myself and I want to be better for myself, not only for myself, but for other people around me. So when you have time by yourself, it's an opportunity for you to work on yourself. And the more you have things to do for yourself, the more better you get over time. I'm not going to say you change overnight, but to be honest, it does start from just deciding that you want to get better for your personal health. Okay, so number 4, or number 3 actually, I lose track of count. I'm looking this way because I have my notes and stuff. Number 3 is to connect with nature. I actually live in a space that is super, super green. Like honestly, the trees are bigger than the freaking the buildings here. There's so many trees. The trees outdo the people here, honestly. And so I think I feel really blessed and fortunate to be connected to nature all the time. It's so normal for me that if I go to other places and they don't have trees and waters and animals around, it's really weird for me. I'm just kind of like, yo, this is dry, this is desert, aka like LA or something, or I don't know, Las Vegas or whatever those places. I think they're great, but they have never touched grass. Like literally, I have grass where I live. And so I spend a lot of time like hiking, running, being outdoors, like fishing. I don't know, you don't have to be all like me, fishing and hunting kind of deal, because that's kind of the stuff I grew up in, the nature I live in. And that's what I did growing up. So, and a lot of people have a certain idea of that, but if you're a city gal, you're probably don't understand the outskirt life. I live in the outskirts right now, and people think I'm gonna die here, and that's not true. It's much more peaceful actually. So if you have time for yourself and you're alone, I think it's great for you to go outside and embrace nature and to actually be within places that have plants and greenery that's outside, you know, even if it means just taking a walk at a park and feeling the air and just breathing in just getting some sun, some vitamin D, right? I think today's society, we're just too much inside and we don't actually get to see what's outside, and we don't actually get to feel Earth. So we don't get to feel that we're alive. And the best thing is that we're also animals, and we have instincts that we need to fulfill, like our hearing, our seeing, our tasting. And there's just so much things that when we are connected to nature, we feel so much contentment and fullness. I know for a fact I go hiking ever so often with my friends or by myself. Well, FYI, don't go hiking in really secluded as a gal by yourself. That's really dangerous, FYI. I grew up camping, hiking, backpacking, so I'm pretty skilled on when to hike, but I'm not gonna lie, I still don't do it because it's not the best practice, because I live near forest. Like literally people got lost in the forest, never got found. So I'm not trying to scare you, but sometimes you can just go parks, you can go to hiking places that are short and there's a lot of people, you know, that you wouldn't get lost, or hike with friends and family. Stay safe, like use common sense, right? Use common sense, or just go to a park like where it is you could just walk safely, or in your neighborhood that's really safe if you're a gal. So if you're a dude, you probably don't worry about that, but I know there's some gal viewers on my channel. All right, so number 5, and it is actually to foster meaningful relationships. I read this quote, I don't know where, who the hell said it, but the value or the enjoyment or the level of enjoyment of your life is based on relationships. And to be honest, you need to learn how to build and create great relationships with people. And I feel really fortunate enough to have this skill really early in my life, because I grew up again with family members really close to me. Relationships in my family have always been placed on top of a lot of things, and I think that is still a skill that I'm working on, because you never stop learning. You don't master relationships all of a sudden. But the truth is, you just get better at it. And I think this is a great opportunity for people to align yourself with people that you really value, that have the same values as you and the same interests as you. And so when you're alone, you get actually find opportunities to seek those quality relationships. And a lot of people are like, well, I want friends, and they're nowhere around. But you haven't even put yourself out there. You haven't even attempted to make relationships or seek quality relationships, such as go to like hang out where people are doing the same thing as you, or clubs, or I don't know, join groups or do meetups or stuff like that. Like, there was a point in time that I didn't really have very much friends, I'm not gonna lie, because my old friends didn't relate to who I was and the places I wanted to go. So I needed to, for sure, make new friends that thought the same. Now I have a lot of friends, so much that, my weekends are full, which is great. But it took me a certain level or a certain action or accountability to seek for those friends. And it took me, I actually had to put in effort. Like, I had to attend my friend's event. I had to reach out to them. I had to, in fact, I used to be the person who'd be like, why is nobody hitting me up, right? Now I'm that opposite. Now I host events. I host people and I connect people. And now I have a lot of friends. Now people invite me, so I don't have to host, right? But you really need to take the initiative to create those relationships and build. And maybe I can make a whole video about that, how to foster and create really great relationships. I'm not your relationship guru, but I can guarantee you I have so many great relationships over time that have been probably the best I ever had in time. Anyway, so number 6 is practice mindfulness. And this is actually a moment for you to, kind of very similar to embracing solitude, but practicing mindfulness is just being in a place of gratitude and giving yourself self-compassion. So this is actually something a lot of people don't do when they're not alone. I had a last video how God or the world give more to the grateful, and I truly believe that if you're not grateful right now and you're getting more stuff or money or ideas or people, you'll never be happy. The truth is, happiness and gratefulness begins now. It begins in the present moment, building a stronger self of independence and self-awareness of yourself, of the things you have now. It might not all the things that you want in the future, or it could be better, but the truth is, the only way for you to receive more is to accept that you are in love with your life right now, that everything's great, everything's working out for you. And that's actually a slogan or a saying I say all the time: everything is working out for me. And everything's working out in my favor, or God knows I'm favored. Like, I literally tell people, it's kind of funny, it's really weird. Some people think it's really not the best thing to say to people, but I do tell people I'm one of God's favorites. Like, literally, I truly believe God favors me. And there's just so many great things in my life that God has delivered and always stay true to me. And sometimes, it hasn't always been the things that I really wanted, but it's the things that I really needed. And so I can make another video about that, but give yourself some self-compassion, give yourself some gratitude, and pretty much say, you're not where you need to be, but you're alive, you're breathing, you probably have somewhere to sleep, you eat food, and count all the small blessings in your life that you are in this same time frame of this world where there's just so many great things you can do. Like literally, like we are built in such a unique time compared to other generations in years before us. Like we have this thing called the internet, and you get to actually see me and talk to me when you haven't even known me, and I'm probably across the country or some other random place that you never ever met or never ever will be there, or you'll never meet me, stuff like that. But isn't it cool? Like, isn't it cool? Anyways, but let's take a moment to embrace and just embrace our solitude, embrace our gratitude, and develop more enriching experiencing now, and how we can develop to build more stronger self for ourselves and awareness of where we want to be and who's around us. And I know for a fact, after I realized all of these things that I was naturally already doing, and I just was just so much joy every day waking up, and I hope you're able to see this too. I'm not gonna lie, it's not all gonna happen all at once. It's gonna be a lot at the beginning, and it's gonna take you a long time to get used to, but I guarantee you it will come some way, somehow, where you find yourself all alone by yourself but not lonely. Like, I'm not gonna lie. And then you might even go to the other side of me where you just want more time to yourself. I guarantee you're gonna get in the future someday and you'll be like, dang, I had all that time and I didn't do anything. You're like, dang, I need some alone time now. And the truth is, like, don't worry about that. Just do you now, and just what can I do now to make myself feel really good. Anyways, I hope you enjoy these tips and tricks about this video, ways how I stay alone but not lonely. I'll see you guys next time. I'll probably make some more videos of similar content like this. Until next time, bye.